Okay, good evening, everyone. So, as usual, every Thursday, we're going to do a bit of training and John's going to kick it off. Thank you, John.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Always look
Oh,
forward to these Thursdays, share my knowledge and wisdom and all the things that are happening right now. Just give you that little bit of inspiration and knowledge and experience so that you can fill in that gap in your life or in your production, just to say, oh, I didn't think about that, or I wasn't aware of that, and that makes sense. And then we can always add on our skills, add on our knowledge, and of course through the through transforming that into some sort of action, we get experience and wisdom. So I was having a think because I'm really busy right now. I'm actually preparing to be officially self-employed on the 1st of May. So I've been really busy with that. But I attended it's like a sort of seminar. It's to help you understand all the components of becoming self-employed properly, because most people who go self-employed come from an employment background. So they have that sort of paycheck mentality, and it's quite a transition if you haven't got that mindset, which we have obviously, but most people don't. So they think to themselves, okay, well, I haven't made a penny, but I need an office, I need a car, I need a secretary, I need all this, and then all of a sudden they've got 10 grand's worth of cost and they've not made a penny, and then it's already failed before it started. So that was a good seminar. But that being said, there was 6 of us there, including myself. And of course, you get into conversation, don't you? As you do. That's what we do. We say, hi, how you doing? My name's John. What's yours? Oh, fantastic. So what are you doing? And I got into conversations. Anyway, long story short, is that the chap to the left of me, he's starting in the security field. He wants to start some sort of security company. And he said, well, what do you do? Of course, what do I do? I mean, let's have a conversation about that. Anyway, the result of that conversation was that we exchanged telephone numbers. He is super interested because I do on offline. I'm in the energy and renewable energy space, so I can. That's my day job, if you like. So he said, "Yeah, we need to get together because be very interested in that." And the lady to my right, I said hello to her as well. Her name is Monique, and we got chatting. And of course, I've got my device on, and she says, what do you do? I says, look, it's important this day and age not to be focusing on one thing, but you need to have multiple streams of income. I says, take this, for instance, this is the most advanced health monitor in the world. And I showed her the ECG and I showed her, and she was like, oh, wow. But she's a care worker. And she has all these people that they need to check blood pressure, all the stuff that care workers do. And she was like, oh, wow, this is amazing. Look, we need to here's my number. Give me your number. And we made an appointment there and then. And then she left me she connected with me on WhatsApp, left me a voice message. I thought, oh, that's okay, that's quite good. And she goes, wow, and she's like super excited. She spoke to all of her patients, like 9 of them or something like that. She's got more, and they said they all want one. Oh, really? So she hasn't even joined yet, and she's building a group. So that was quite amazing. And I'm having this other appointment as well. But I wanted to, but the thing is that we always take our business with us, and any opportunity we get, it doesn't cost a penny to say hi. My name's John. We haven't met before? What's your name? And get into the conversation. You never know where it goes. So from that meeting today, apart from all the information that I took on board pertaining to my self-employment, I also had 2 potential clients as well, because I've got I have a day job. I say a day job. It's not a job. It's a self-employment, but I still have a subject I talk about during the day, and I've got this as well. So people just love this. Um, I'm going to do some Facebook training, very simple stuff, but I wanted to give you a bit of a story, and it's around a subject that all of us really need to sort of pay attention to. I want you to imagine this. Now, if you live in an apartment, this won't apply to you, but just imagine yourself living in a house, Derek. You do, and you had orchards and that kind of stuff. But imagine you live in a house and you've got a garden, and there's a tree in the garden that blocks your view from the road. So you think to yourself, it's okay, the officials say I can cut it down. So you get yourself an axe, because you need an axe, and no point in doing it with a toothbrush. So you get yourself an axe, a nice sharp axe, and you want to hit it 5 times, and then just put the axe down. And then you come back the next day, you pick up the axe and you hit it 5 times. and you put the X down, you come back to the next day and you hit it 5 times. Now, do you think if you'd done that every single day, no, we're not talking about 500 times. We're not talking about 50 times. We're talking about 5 times. Now, it might take a while, but do you think that you would chop that tree down at some point? It's obvious, isn't it? It's inevitable. If you hit 5 times each day, you would eventually chop the tree down. So what's the moral of the story? Moral of the story is very, very simple. Find your tree. Now, what do you mean by that? Well, obviously, you're not going to find a tree because that does make sense. But your tree, in this particular instance, is a goal or a dream. You see, if you don't have that, you can't chop it down, can you? You can't achieve it. It just won't happen. And the point with the 5 times is because if you were to go to it and say, I'm going to chop that tree down today, you'd probably be worn out before the tree would be. So you wouldn't achieve it. So that's what we call that is intensity. So you go at it really hard and you go at it really hard, and then you're sweating, and then you become fatigued, and then you give up. And that's quite often what we do in our business. We go at it, we're excited. It's the day that we're going to get things done. We're going to become a millionaire, and we go at it big time, and then we're fatigued. It seems like hard work. It's no longer fun. So we leave it alone for a few days, and then we might go at it again. But that strategy doesn't work. The slow and steady, consistent effort always wins the game. It always wins the game. So the point I'm trying to make with this, if you found your tree, your dream, your goal, whatever yours is, if you've got one, of course, if you haven't, then find one, and you were to do 5 simple tasks. Remember, we already spoke about this: finding people, adding people on social media, sending them a message, having a conversation, and closing them or whatever, getting a decision. If you were just to do 5 people, and I'm going to show you how simple this is in 1 minute when I share my screen. 5 people each day, 5 simple tasks, not 15, not 20, not 50, just 5 tasks a day. Because quite often what we do is we go at this thing, or tree, or dream, and we do whatever it is we do, assuming we're doing it correctly. We've covered those subjects many times, but we're not seeing any results. But we are actually getting results because we're chipping away at it. You see, big goals take time to achieve. You can sign up one person, but you still have to find people, have that conversation, see if they're open, etc., etc. And what I mean, I'm guilty of this. We don't see results, we get frustrated, and then what we tend to do is we sort of tend to distance ourselves, or we put it on the back burner. And remember, we spoke about the 3 feet from gold the last time. It could have been that last person, or sorry, not the last person, but the next person you spoke to. It could have been that person. You don't know because you never spoke to that person. That could have said, wow, this is amazing, crazy. Just, send me a link. How do I join? And he goes crazy and builds this massive leg. But we never spoke to that person. And then what we need to do is when we get started again, to get warmed up and get into flow and stuff like that. And when we keep starting and stopping, it's like, your car. Well, actually, because I don't drive my car, once or twice a month, and my car sits there and sits there and sits there. I got into it today, 9:15. My appointment was at 9 o'clock. Got in it, and the battery was flat. I thought, no, I managed to find my neighbour, got a jump start. But the point is that if I had to push it, it would have been really, really heavy. But when I get that motion going, when I get the momentum going, it actually gets easier. And if anybody here has ever pushed a car before, then you know what I'm talking about. And it's the same as pursuing our goals and our dreams. You've got to overcome inertia. You've got to get that thing started. But if you start and stop, you're always pushing that heavy car. And then you stop, then you push the heavy car, and the pushing the heavy car fatigues you, and then it's sort of, you think, oh, this isn't working, it's not worth it, or I don't know, go and clean the kitchen, or whatever, go and surf on social media or do something else. But the thing is you've got to really decide is that what is it that's going to take you towards your dream, and you've got to focus on this thing or whatever it is you're focusing on. But if you don't focus on it and overcome inertia and keep that momentum going in a consistent way, then it's never going to happen. So what it results in basically is that when you do that and you're not consistent, you may get there at some point. There's no question about that. But it may be in 8 years' time, it might be 10 years' time. I don't know, it might be 5 years' time. Whereas you could have done it in maybe 1 or 2 years' time. That's the difference. You will get there eventually if you just keep chipping away. But it's the time factor. So how quickly do you want to do it in 2 years? Or 1 year? Or 8 years or 10 years? That's the difference. You know, and I mean, I'm certainly not getting younger, so I don't have 10 years. I've got things to do, so I need to get this done. So I'm going to share my screen in a minute. We'll just pop onto Facebook and I'll show you, because I'll show you a couple of strategies. I'm not going to go big into this. I'll just show you a couple of strategies. It's quite easy. So if I've been given permission to share my screen, let me see here. So share screen. Wow, here we go. So if I just go in and open up another tab, Facebook, can everybody see my screen? Yes, brilliant. Okay. So I had a look at my, check this out. I mean, this is what happened. See, I wasn't really a sort of social media type person. I am a social media, but not like big on it. And what happens here is that, you know, at the moment I've got about 570 friend requests. A lot of people just want to sell me stuff, you know, but there's still, I get more and more and more friend requests every single day. If you ever look at my profile, so I'll go across here, have a look at my profile. So this big area here is absolute real estate. This is like having a large piece of land. You can put anything you want on here. My name's on here, what I do. So I empower people financially worldwide, and it looks professional. So it catches your eye. I've got a decent picture. That's important, not some tiny picture of me standing with a glass of wine or a picture of a dog. It needs to be a good picture of you, because people buy you. And then what I do, join me as we explore pathways to prosperity together. So, you know, so we've got real estate here. We've got real estate here because people buy people. And this is what is it? What does this person do? And you can see I've got where I live, my website, everything's on here, the whole deal. Now, if you look at posts, like if we want to reach out to people, you can see I've got 3.9, it's not many, but 3.9K followers, and I'm following on 1.2. So more and more people are following me. So if I go into my notifications here, now you can see that I only done this post not long ago, so there isn't many people hit this yet. But you can see here, this is friend requests that I haven't, look at these friend requests. Friend requests all the way, and I'll go into that in a minute. So people, they just basically go into your post, and I just post something, you know, you can't have $1 million dream with a minimum wage habit. And people like that. People like that. So you just respond to that. And if people respond to it, you can do a comment. But what I do is, this is what I do first thing. If I'm on here, you've got your feed. So Anne Atkinson's a wife of my boss, who was a captain. He was a major in the British Army. He died of cancer. And we still keep in touch. So if I see this, because I know Anne, and this is what also expands your reach. So I'll just do 5 simple activities on Facebook, not 25, not 50, just 5. Just get the old algorithm warmed up. So likes, by the way, on Facebook are out completely. The algorithm doesn't pick on it because it's easy to go like. It doesn't do it. So you've got to do at least a heart or some sort of other emoji, but not a like. So avoid likes. So I'll heart that. Okay, it's a nice sky. So I think, you know, I just the thing is, so yes, sorry, beautiful sky. And I'll just do a smiley. So that is me just commented on that. Might just take that as a small list there. And that's it. So I'll come down here. This is just sponsored stuff. So I'll come down here. Mike Briggs. Okay. Yeah, I know Mike Briggs. He's a good guy. I'll just give a heart in there. So there's 2 hearts. A lot of people like doing this food stuff. Come down here, wake up tomorrow, and I'm interested in Bitcoin. Okay, I'll give him a heart as well. Just go down. That's sponsored stuff. I don't want to do that because they'll follow me. Peggy Hipple. This is the SIDS here. I might just do a sort of, Jesus, wow, you know, do a wow sort of in there. And that's it. That's all I need to do. So I've done some stuff here. And then when I got across to friends, you can see a lot of friends here that your friend request and people that you could connect with. So what I'm looking for here is that Emma David here, I don't know her, but she's got 33 mutual friends. So the chances are she's probably a networker or a crypto person. So if I click on here, just check her out. Do I want to connect with this person? So what does she do? I'm a network marketer, email marketer. I have most comfortable leads with affordable prices. So she's selling solo ads. I don't want to get into that conversation with people who sell solo ads because it's only about selling you solo ads. So I'll just reject that. So go to the next person here. Sandy, okay, she get any friends? Has she opened up her friends? So if I click on that, she hasn't got a friends list open up here. So we'll go here, followed by 23 people. Sounds a bit sketchy, that, doesn't it? It's not many. So if I look at there, 2 likes, 8th of February, 8th of February, look at that, 27th of June 17. So she's just come back on the scene again. She's done 2 quick posts. So she's probably, and what you can do with these as well, if you're not actually sure of these people, what I do is right click on there, do a Google image search. Now it's not come up here. Well, wait a minute. No, it's not come up here at all. So quite often people steal pictures from other profiles. I got a lot of people on here that steal pictures from Instagram. So just check them out first of all. But I don't want to connect with this person. 2 mutual friends, 23 people following her. It's not really the sort of person I'm looking for. So I'll look for another decent one here. Ian Bell. Get rid of that. Let's see what he's doing. Passive incomes, affiliate marketer, Spain. He's got a load of stuff here. He's got a fairly decent amount of likes. Got some other posts, 3 ones. There's nothing crypto on here, so I'll just say, you know what? I'll just, so if I confirm request, he's got 4.9K followers, 3 likes. He's not really got a relationship with his audience, so he might be trying, I don't know. So what I'll do is on his post, I've just connected with this guy, so helping people. So he's got a fairly decent banner. So I'll do a like on there, and I might just pass a comment and say, so I'll just do that. And what Facebook likes as well is that if you go into his profile picture and just give it a love, you don't need to give any comment or whatever, just put a love because Facebook algorithm loves that. Come down here again, anymore. What is it? Once you have courage to take action, drop excuse, you'll drop your results. Yeah, and I might just sort of put another comment here. Oops. And that's it. So I've done him. That's him square away. So and you get the picture there. So I'll just go down here and just keep doing that. I'm looking for good profile pictures because people who connect with you are looking, but they're looking for a good profile picture. Now, if you take some of these here, there's some really dodgy pictures here. I just wouldn't connect them. Anyway, that's me done my thing there. So you just do about three hearts, couple of encouragement or inspirational or support type text, and that's you done your algorithm part here. Now, if I'm looking for people, I might look for, let's say I'm looking for somebody in, I don't know, Liverpool. So I've got Liverpool, hit on that. Then you've got the choice here of what you're looking for in Liverpool. So we go to people. What? No people? You're kidding me. It's got to be people in Liverpool. Okay. Okay, we'll try another one then. Poland. People in Poland. So here we go. Here we go. I've sent, you've seen here, I've sent a whole bunch of requests anyway. But let's say I haven't done that yet because it's been a couple of hours. So I'm looking down here. I'm looking to specifically sponsor people or at least have a conversation with people in Poland. So I'll just work my way down here. He's got a fairly decent 4 mutual friends. He's got a fairly decent profile picture. So I'll right click, open that in a new tab. Let's have a look here. 2K followers. She's looking okay. 29 mutual friends. Open up there as well. 28 mutual friends, Albert. So what's this for me? A box full, okay. So I've done that. So let's go across to this guy here. Fairly decent picture. Banner's okay. He's put most of his images here. He's in Zeno. We can see that. Is in Zeno. 53 likes. So he's doing okay. 77. So he's a fairly influential guy. So all I'll do is hit the add button. That's it. Get rid of him. Go across to the next one. Agnes, 29 mutual friends, Birmingham, UK, from Poland, lives in UK. She might be doing well. So no likes, 15, 32, not bad at all. She's okay, 29 mutual friends. Get a fairly decent, a picture of her because people love the old thing there. I'm not going to like or heart any of that sort of stuff, so I'll just add her as a friend. Go to my next one. Albert, 28 mutual friends, connect with me, investor, network marketer. Okay, fine. No problem at all. He's got a lot of Dominique. That's about 23. So he's okay. He's doing okay with his there. So I'll just add him as well. So, was that difficult? How long did that take me? And I'll just add 5 people or 10 people. The thing is, what you need to be careful with Facebook, you can't go adding 20, 30 people. Facebook will put you in jail. So here's the thing with profiles. If you're not active on profile, and all of a sudden you tip up on the grid and you add like 30 people, the algorithm knows that you're not active, so you're probably a spammer or something like that. So it'll block you and you're going to Facebook jail. So this is why, remember the consistent, just a small amount consistent every day. Add new people, comment on them, heart them up, and it expands your reach. And then that way, Facebook says, oh, this person's quite sociable. She's quite active. This is what we want. We want people connecting with people and having conversations. And then what they will do is expand your reach. And then you can add more people, but add 5 or 10 at a time. Wait a couple of hours, 3 hours, add another 5 or 10, wait a few hours, add another 5 or 10. So you can add quite comfortably 20, 30 people a day. Now, will they all join? Of course not. But how do you know that until you have that conversation? Now, we're not going to go into conversations because that's just another subject, but you can see how easy it is to just go into Facebook and add 5 people. And remember what I said, the reason that I mentioned that story to you is that just slow, consistent action each day towards your tree, your goal, your dream, will get you there eventually. But if you take no action or inconsistent action, you're always overcoming inertia. You need to get back into that flow again. And I can guarantee you one thing is, once you do get into flow, once you do perform the consistent action, once you do the tasks towards the activities towards your goal, then you'll actually get into enjoying it. And you get to the point where you don't want to stop doing it. But you've overcome inertia. You've picked up some momentum. You're starting to enjoy what you do, and you will get results. You will definitely get results. I told you today when I was that was an offline thing. Had 2 conversations, had 2 appointments. That was it. Does that make sense, people?
Yes, very much. Yeah.
That's it. It's
Yeah,
easy.
I like that. Very good.
It's very easy. You can do that on LinkedIn or Instagram or anywhere. You can do the same thing. It's just a case of you're looking for a nice, good profile picture, because when somebody comes to your profile, they're not looking at your banner or your post. They'll look at that afterwards, but the first thing that they look at is you, that picture of you. Now, I'll give you, let me just, 2 seconds. Let me just dig out something here and I'll show you the difference. Let me just find my profile. Profile picture. So if I do my post here, I'll just show you, like, here's one here. I'm just going to show you a post here. Just give me 2 seconds. Yeah, let me just share my screen one more time. Where are we? So if I share my screen one more time, this will give you an example. I posted a picture of myself here. Now, this is the difference between just sort of inspirational posts and that kind of stuff. A picture posted myself here. Look at the difference on likes. Because people just love you. They just love you. They want to see you. Here's one that, like, working out at the gym is hard, but getting to the gym is even harder. People can relate to that. Your likes and comments will increase all the time. And people just don't, you look at this one, want to improve your business, the fastest way to improve your first sentence. It's not really that good. It's okay, but only 7 or 8 people commented on that. That's the difference between posting. And what I like to do is these kind of posts here is a post to yourself and then do something above it. Do you ever have one of those days where you think today is a beautiful day? I'm having one of those days. Happy Thursday. People want to see you. They want to see you as a person. It's all well and good doing inspirational posts and stuff. You can do an inspirational post, but post something about, you know, a selfie of you or whatever, because that really drives people crazy. They just love that kind of stuff. There you go. Nice and short today.
Quick and simple. That was good. Very good. Yeah. Yeah. No, but I can definitely relate to what you were saying in the beginning, little small amounts of things, because it's amazing how if you do 3 or 4 people, even 1, 2 people a day, by the end of the week, you should have somebody quite positive ready to join whatever you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, you can because there's a couple of ways of approaching this as well. Remember, we spoke about direct. I mean, the absolute super direct approach. You can build relationships afterwards, but you know, if you want speed, you don't go down the. You know, I know that Derek enjoys doing this, but you don't necessarily. You can go down that road, and that you have longer term, more meaningful relationships. But if you want speed, all you want is a decision. So when you reach out to people, say hi, fantastic, great to connect with you, and that kind of stuff, and then you just ask them, say, listen, if there was a way that you could earn, you know, 5 extra income over the next 12 to 24 months, would that be something you'd be open to? Would you be open to putting more money into your bank account? You know, is there any problems right now that you, or have you got bigger dreams than you can achieve? Right, whatever you say, it doesn't matter. And they'll either say yes or no. So I say, like, if I send you a video, when have you got 15 minutes now? Okay, fantastic, all that sort of stuff. That's easy, but you can just go through that stuff. And if you're into building relationships, you can go the slow way. That's fantastic. Hey, great. You know, see, you're from, I don't know, you're from Birmingham. How's things in Birmingham? How you know, getting through the current economic situation? Whatever. You can have that conversation. So there's 2 ways of doing this. But like me, for instance, in my offline activity in the energy space, I would just go up to say, I would say, this is who I am. This is what I live. This is what I do. If there was a way that you could reduce your energy bills, and put some more money into your bank account, would you be open to that? Yes or no? Okay, fantastic. Here's my card if it changes, and I go to the next person. And as a real live example of this, there was I think I told you this story, but there was an insurance company who was doing miserable average sales. Their average sales in their team, their sales team, was 2.5 contracts, insurance policies per month. It wasn't enough. It wasn't paying the bills. So they decided to get a consultant in who, like, he just fixes things. This guy costs a lot of money. He fixes stuff. So they called this guy and paid him big money to find this big problem. And he had a look at it, asked a few questions, says, and within that, he said, I know exactly what the problem is. You're not making enough calls. And he goes, no, that can't be true. It must be a big problem. We've paid you big money. He says, well, I'll tell you what, I'll prove it to you. I'll prove it to you. They said, give me a team, give me a cross section of your salespeople from the worst to the best, you know, like, I don't know, 5 or 6 people, and I'll prove to you in 24 hours. So we got a cross section from the worst to the best, and they went into an area, there was no leads, no contacts, no nothing at all. So they weren't like, oh, I know these people or whatever. There was nothing. They went to this area, and this was the days of cold calling, like knocking on doors. And all they had to say was a simple phrase. Are you open to, are you open to buying insurance? Or do you need insurance, whatever, somewhere along that line. It's dead simple. So knocking the door, are you open? No, get to hell. No, get out of my face, shut the door. But I'll tell you what they've done. The average was 2.5 until he came in. They'd done 60 policies that day. Because all they did was ask them a question. So, are you know, do you need insurance? No, I don't. Do you need insurance? No, I don't. Do you need insurance? No, I don't. Do you need? Well, actually, I did. My husband and I were talking about insurance. Come on in. Do you want a coffee? That's it. You caught the person who was ready, and it's no different here. It's just a numbers game. It's just a numbers game. But it's that 3 feet from gold. We think, you know, this isn't working. This is really frustrating. And that next person that you could have contacted was the guy that would have just blew this thing up crazy. But you didn't speak to him or her because you gave up. Not good. So I can see you're all thinking about this, huh?
Any questions, anybody or anyone want to make any comments?
We're a small group. It's a pity that not more people come along. They just don't know what they're missing.
Yeah. There have been benefits, I know, from people who came and used some of the things that you've said.
Absolutely.
I don't know why, what's the name from Cynthia? Cynthia's been really good. She's actually had quite a lot of stuff happening.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she's in the States, obviously. Yeah, no, it's good. A lot of people are watching it on. I know Joy's missed the last two. She's been not able to attend, but she's listening to the videos. So that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of things going on. I mean, apart from the obvious things that are going on around the world right now, but America have announced reducing reducing tax on some, tax rates on some stuff. That will influence the planet as well. But there's a lot of things going on right now. When I speak to people, we're paying like 40, sometimes 40 odd cents for kilowatt of energy in Germany. I can get people 28, 27, 28, 29 cents. I can do so much. People just need a solution, and we have it. We have it. Remember, I said, well, this isn't about health monitors. It's not about blockchain. It's not about cryptos. It's not about data. It's about fixing a problem. When people say this is killing me working 2 jobs, 12 hours a day, 14 hours a day just to scrape by, let alone pay the bills or even buy some food or go on holiday. And we come along and we say, look, I have got the solution to your problem. It doesn't come across in that context, but we say, we've got the solution. Would you like to have a conversation? Absolutely.
Yeah, there are lots of people, and people who've got no time. Sometimes they want more time, and this is still a solution, because at the end of the day, you either haven't got enough time or enough money, one or the other.
Yeah, but you think about it, when somebody says I've got no time, they've just given you one of the goals.
Yes, exactly.
They've just said, I've got this problem, I've got no time. Wow, let's have a conversation about getting you some time.
Yeah.
I mean, because quite often we don't actually hear what people are saying. Like, if you have a conversation with people, how are you doing? How's work at the moment? Oh, it's so, same old, it pays the bills. They're telling you something there. They're saying, I'm not happy with what I'm doing, really. And you say, what do you do in your spare time? Spare time? Are you kidding me? I've got no spare time. What? They've just given you another goal. Come on. I mean, they're just laying it out. What do you do in your spare time? What sort of hobbies you got? Well, I like to play golf, but I don't have time for it. They're just pouring it out, man. You just need to be tuned in.
Totally.
And every person you add is leverage of time. And you beat the 24-hour clock when you have over 24 hours working in your business, when you're just working a few. That's when it really starts happening.
But here's the thing, is, see, and this is like in any business, especially when it comes to passive incomes, that you get paid zero at the beginning, you start off with nothing. And you go along you flat line for a while, get nothing. Then you might get a first sale and make $100 or whatever, and then maybe $50 and another $200 or whatever. So it's a slow burn, but your time investment is quite high. So what you earn is here. But as you go along, this goes down because of duplication, because we're building a team, and this cross point here is where it then starts to become unstoppable. And then it becomes exponential. But you'll never get to that point if you don't get the point here. If you don't start on that journey, you never get to that point. You'll never get to that point, ever.
Yeah, and that's why people give up, don't they? Because they don't get to that point, and they too easily are a few feet away from what they want to achieve, and it doesn't happen. I know that so many times it's happened. I've even had people leave, by the way, leave something that they were doing, left a load of people behind, and those people have gone on to make a lot of money.
Well, there's Robert Hollis. When I was with MDC, Robert Hollis, he showed the business to somebody. They said, you know what, this isn't for me, but I've got a friend who's looking to make some extra money, and passed that friend on. Now, I can't remember her name. She's one of the top earners in the company. She was a recommendation. She just came in and she went crazy. She's one of the top earners in MDC, and she was a referral. And that's why you always ask the question, well, it's okay, I understand, maybe they're not right time or whatever, but do you know anybody that's looking to earn some extra money? Well, actually, I've got a mate. I'll go to the pub with Steve or Janet or whatever, speak to them. And then Janet becomes like a triple, quadruple diamond or whatever, do you know what I'm saying? And she didn't even know you existed because she was recommended to you by a friend. But there's a story that I like that was always inspirational. I heard this from the Amway days, and it really gets you thinking. And this is the sort of thing, you know, when you start thinking about this, you think about yourself as where you're going. Because when you're in a position where you've got absolute 100% clarity, and you've got 100% belief 100% of the time, that's the best place to be in, because that bit in the middle is makes you go. But when there's lack of belief or lack of clarity, because if somebody says to you, like, so okay, why are you doing this? If you can't just off the pop without looking at a 4x2, if you can't off the bat just say this is exactly what it is, you haven't got clarity. You just haven't got it. You need to be able to wake up in the middle of the night, absolutely half asleep, and go, so what are you looking to achieve? Boof, there it is. Absolute clarity. But the thing is, you can have absolute clarity, but sometimes it may be just a little bit too big or out of reach, so your belief level isn't 100%. It sounds good, makes you feel good, but you don't really believe it. But if that's out of balance, you'll be struggling a little bit until you sort of get to that point where it might not be 100%, but it needs to be pretty much up there. But when you have clarity and belief 100% of the time, that's when magic starts happening, because you become unstoppable. It's this inner doubt, it's this inner insecurity, because doubt is it's almost like a virus that will hold you back. You'll always be that little voice saying, are you sure about this? I mean, yeah, I would love to. It's a nice to have, but nice to haves are great. You can watch YouTube channels of things that are nice to have. That's great, makes you feel good at the moment. A little bit of dopamine going up there, but that's it. It's nice to have. But when it moves across from nice to have to must have, like oxygen, I must have oxygen, otherwise I'm going to die. But that then kicks into place when the belief about that must have kicks into place. There was a story that there was an eagle. You may have heard this, but it's worth telling again. There's an eagle flying. Eagles are just beautiful. They've got such a wingspan. They just glide through the sky, and they know that they're like king of the jungle, the lion. They're the king of the sky. Or they just fly, flying across. And it was a windy day, and an egg fell out of the nest and tumbled down the mountainside. Don't ask questions like, well, wouldn't it break? No, it's not the point. It tumbled down the mountainside and it landed in this farmyard at the bottom. And there was all these chickens pecking about the place, just doing what chickens do, just pecking about. And then a hen came across and saw the egg and thought, oh, okay, it's an egg, so it's a hen. Sits on the egg and the egg hatches. And then this little eaglet is born. And the first things it sees, like any animal, it sees chickens going about, so it thinks it's a chicken. So it grows up and it starts pecking about the rest of the chicken. And it looks up to the sky one day and sees this beautiful eagle just soaring along. And it goes, wow, that's amazing. I would love to be that eagle. It's beautiful. And it just puts its head down and starts pecking away. And it does that every single day until it becomes old and dies, never knowing that it was an eagle. And that's what happens with people as well. We're all eagles. We've all got eagles, the seed of excellence inside of us. But sometimes we don't believe that we're eagles, and we're sort of on the ground, just making a few things happen, not realizing that potential that's in all of us just needs to be woken up and cultivated and put into action. So we're all eagles, whether we believe it or not. I believe it.
What is the eagle female called?
Yes, that is. Why do you ask questions that I don't know the answer to? An eagle female. I think it's called
I would prefer to be called by right name. So
I don't think there is a
It's
female.
probably the same, isn't it? It's probably the same.
No, it's just I know it's an eaglet and an eagle, but there's no like Mrs. Eagle and Mr. Eagle. It's just they're all eagles.
Maybe Mrs. Eagle. Yeah, sounds all right. But yeah, so Mrs. Eagle. Yeah, good.
I'm going to Google that, but I'm sure it's eagle.
Yeah, but eagle. Yeah, beautiful. A beautiful story, to be honest. it's sad that many of us like spend our days like those chicken, and it's nothing wrong with being a chicken, but if you are an eagle, you are an eagle and you have to do what eagles do.
But you think about it as well. I mean, there's a lot of these analogies, but the richest place that you'll ever find on the planet is not where we think it is. It's not Dubai or Abu Dhabi or New York. It's none of these places at all. It's the graveyard. If you were to add all the dreams and goals that people had in their lives, it would nice to be, but it never became nice to have, but not a must have. You think if you were to add up all the dreams and goals that people could have achieved, would have achieved, but didn't achieve, that would probably go into billions. So the richest place that you ever find on a planet is in the graveyard, because so many people go to the grave with all those unfulfilled dreams and desires, never known that they were an eagle. So there you go. That's my Thursday wisdom.
Just found the answer out, Lolita. It's an eagle.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's the same. So equality.
Oh, I was joking, but
Yeah. So
Right. No, thank you very much, John. Today was good.
but there's
a lot covered in that. So that Facebook thing's really good. I'm going to try out some of the stuff there.
Yeah, I've just started to implement, because I haven't, to be quite honest, I haven't really been. I'm not really I'm not a big time social media person, but I'm receiving a lot of training right now from people, and it just makes absolute sense. But the thing is, I know people have become millionaires just with Facebook.
I know.
They just have. You see people on Facebook, like you take some of them, people have got 100,000 followers and 25,000 followers, 200,000 followers. Why is that? It's because they're just putting value out there. They put themselves out there. They're making the algorithm go crazy. They understand how to connect with people and build relationships, provide value, provide inspiration, provide tips and all that sort of stuff. Because people, the ultimate goal with your profile on social media or LinkedIn or wherever, I think more Facebook than LinkedIn, because you don't have that post and engagement is sort of like you do on Facebook. But they want to see you as the go-to person. You provide value, you provide support, you provide inspiration, you provide tips, all of that stuff. Eventually, when people get to know you, they'll see you as the go-to person. So when you give tips about network marketing, give tips about your health, give tips about money management, whatever, just stuff that helps people in their lives, they eventually keep coming back to you. Because what I done on them profiles there, that will expand my reach. And people think, oh, who's this guy? I don't know this guy who put a heart on my... And what do? They pop across to your profile. And, it's like offline, what we used to do is we used to invite people into our house. Online, we invite people into our house, and it's called our profile. And if it's in a mess, or like they don't have a clue what's going on, they need to look at this person at your profile and say, I know exactly what it is this person does. The posts are valuable, they're inspirational, there's tips, you've got a good profile picture, there's a good banner, all of that stuff's in place. So where does this person live? It's on there. People connect me and say, they ask me things like, what's my name? I'm like, what, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
You have to check my profile out. Where do you come from? It's on my profile. Are you married? It's on my profile. It's all on there. I'm divorced, so you didn't check my profile, so don't even have this conversation and waste my time. Go to my profile, and then we can have a conversation.
Thank you. Great.
Thank you.
Okay, everyone else. So let's look forward to next week. I'm gonna try and get everyone rallied, the troops rallied, see if we can get some more. Definitely, I'll start doing one-to-ones, I think, rather than just send the message out. I'll talk to people about attending so that we can get them coming. So that's good. Okay.
I'll show you just very quickly here. Actually, let me just go across here to this. Let's have a look here. Let me see if I can find this person here. Yeah, here we go. Right, here's the this person here. We had connected, had a conversation. She asked me what I do. She put a love heart on all my sort of answers, and then she says, here we go. My main project is helping people get paid for their heartbeat with a health monitor that can literally save their lives. I can say that now. because it's been approved by the FDA.
Mhm.
Oh, wow, that's nice. How long have you been doing that? I've only been doing this for this opportunity for a few months. Wow, that's great. Do you have a link? She's already asked me because she's interested in the business. She hasn't seen this yet, but I said, hi, Eric, I've been out all day and just saw your message. Sure, I can send you a visual and short overview. When could you take 4 minutes out of your day to check it out? I did send her a link. Ask her the question when she gets back to me. I'll then get the confirmation on the follow-up and etc. So that's how you do it. It's easy. People ask you if you have the right conversation. If you don't ask me, that's fine. I'm not problem. Don't have an issue with that.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.